Hello everyone! Today we're making Erin Shirreff inspired scrap compositions. Erin Shirreff is a contemporary artist living and working today. Her practice explores many different mediums like photography, collage, and sculpture. Shirreff noticed the leftover pieces from previous projects in her studio. She created this series of metal shapes called drop from those scraps. Drop is a term for the leftover pieces in the metal making process. The pieces balance carefully on beams or lean against walls. They can be endlessly arranged. Look at the windows of negative space they create. Negative space is the area around and between objects. Let's head to the studio and make our own scrap compositions. I've collected some scraps that I've been saving in the studio. I looked for different colors and textures of paper. What scraps can you find around you? For this project, I'm using scrap pieces of paper, brads, tape, a 7x19 thick piece of paper, a bone folder, pencil, ruler, and scissors. I start by creating a standing frame. First, I take a piece of 7x19 paper and use a ruler to measure a 5x7 rectangle from the bottom of the paper. I cut it out with scissors. I use a ruler to mark the fold about an inch above the cutout rectangle. This is 8 inches from the bottom. I crease along the line with a bone folder. I fold up. I mark the length of the front and back together. I mark another 8 inches up and use the bone folder to crease and fold. Finally, I crease and fold the last flap of the base up. This should make a standing triangle. I use a hole puncher to punch 2 holes. This is where we'll connect it later. Be careful not to cover these holes up when you make your composition. I attach scraps to the inside of the frame window with tape. Think about the negative spaces or shapes between the paper you create as you attach them. After all my pieces are attached, I use a brad to connect the bottoms of the frame together with the base. Try leaning scraps on the inside of the standing frame. Look at the layers this creates. What composition will you make? See you next time.